co-founded Women Who Work in Field Sports, and it's mainly to get women who are working in the industry together, because we found that at actually a game fair, we saw so many different women around, and we didn't know we're in the industry at all, and everyone's so isolated. And so it's more about just getting people together to know what everyone's doing, and yeah, we found that was really, really helpful.
And Claire, you've been BASC council member for years, haven't you?
Yeah, donkeys now.
some years. Anyway, yeah. So, I mean, as far as you're concerned, is women in field sports a problem?
I like all the clickbait language you're using
here,
Charlie.
I do. I know,
I'm here for it. BASC have had Ladies' Days for many, many years. But we rebranded to be BASC Women and Women in Shooting to be more aligned with all of the sports. You have women's football, it's not ladies' football. Women shooting, fishing, hunting is still the fastest growing demographic, and I think, in fact, women in the outdoors is also starting to see that momentum. And I just think there's a phrase that I use repeatedly, and it's visibility is accessibility. And women on the whole, and I'm it's a bit of a sweeping generalisation here, but some women need to see other women out there doing it to feel inspired or to think, oh, I can go and do that if she's doing it. So,
as men do.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I think that's something that kind of is a similar thread through what we're both doing, both kind of organisations, because that visibility point is really important.
Iona, what has Women Who Work in Field Sports done so far? What have you managed to achieve?
Oh my goodness. Well, considering us as founders all have other full-time jobs, we try and do as much as we can, and what's been amazing is the support of women in the industry as well. So we run monthly podcasts with amazing women in the industry, and we've been talking to you as well. You're just crazy busy. And also we do newsletters. We also run webinars. We also have, for members, we have a mentorship program as well with some incredible mentors. We have Ali from the field, Susan from Countryside Alliance, and all these incredible women. We also have an on-call financial advisor for women as well, which is fantastic because so many people are just so far away and don't have contacts or don't think they can go to these women. So it's fantastic in that. What else? We do events every quarter. We're all based on professional development. So we're all there trying to help, because a lot of our members have, business owners just themselves, or they work with a larger industry and they just want to have more help on their maternity rights or their employment law and things like that. So it's really been good. And I've been learning so much as well, which has been great. So it's just keeping on going, keep the momentum going. And it's just been fantastic to be so involved and just meet so many incredible women.
So you use the word support, and and Claire was kind of more about how it's kind of exemplary in a way. So, what you're doing is creating a group that people can look to and say, I want to be part of this. So the support is more kind of you're leading from the front really rather than supporting them from behind. Is that fair?
Yes, we also like our women to be, we have a networking section on our website as well, so then women can also go and contact other women and support each other as well. So yeah, we are...
Well, what do you mean by support each other? Do you mean just say, look, I'm going shooting, you should too, I'm working in field sports, you can too? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so we can do all this and you're already doing it. I really need to get better at fly fishing, so I'm going up to Scotland and hopefully doing some stuff with the Women in Waders group, and again, that's them supporting me to help me do that. And it's just trying to... Yeah, it's just I just really like the word as well, because it's just really what I need and what every women in the industry need as well.
Claire, you're a lawyer as well, and it seems to be extraordinary that, the 2010 Equality Act, it took until 2010 for an Equality Act to come into play. First of all, there was obviously a need for one. Secondly, it said something about society. Is there a sense of inequality between the sexes in the world of shooting?
That's not really kind of what I'm looking to work with or
Sorry, I mean particularly in a kind of, the legal framework that goes around it. So, we're getting more and more, I suppose the Equality Act was saying, here's a problem we're trying to fix. Are there still problems that need to be fixed?
It's more about just keeping the numbers, Charlie. Every single one of us here wants to still be shooting in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So what I ask myself, and I hold myself to a very high level of what can I personally do? How can I help promote and secure the future of shooting. One way we can do that is keeping new members coming in speaking to the women, because women who are mothers have children that you then bring along, and so you've got a whole new generation that you're speaking to, and we can double the size of our community. All it takes is just encourage one person in your entire shooting lifetime. Encourage one person, and the whole industry is doubled. So from my perspective, I'm not looking and saying, oh, there's a problem over here. I'm thinking, well, how can we improve the numbers? How can we keep more women coming in? And it's, for me as well, Charlie, you know, I've got a 4-year-old, well, soon to be 4-year-old. I'm super passionate about the outdoors lifestyle. And if you can encourage children into the outdoors, step one, then they hopefully will find their way into fishing, shooting, stalking, and what have you. But there are so many women out there who think once they have a child, they have to stay at home, or they can't go and do things, and, oh, we'll wait till the baby's older. And Monty was 6 months old. I strapped him to my front, took the 2 dogs, and we hiked a coastal path. And then I show it all on social media and show, hey, look, you can go and do these things. So for me, it's more about inspiring than trying to deal with a problem that's over here, and building that sense of community. That's, again, another core theme with what we're all trying to do. Women on the whole, they like to be part of something, and if you can create something that inspires, gives opportunities and educates, you're onto a winner.
Yeah, well, men love being part of something, which is one of the reasons we go shooting, obviously. And Iona, you're nodding. I mean, is it about the inspiration for you?
Yeah, I think you summed it up so beautifully. It really is just to get everyone involved in the industry. And I mean, I'd say Louise really well, getting game in there as well and doing it to your child and things like that. It's just all about getting more and more momentum, and social media is such a good way of doing it, and actually showing real life examples of women doing this and anyone doing it, just to get it out there. I think that's just so important.
I love that call to action. You know, get one person in your life shooting, and you will double the size of shooting. That is very true.
Just keep it small for people, and if we can all do that, I mean, because it's never just one person, and then that person encourages one person, and we've just got to break it down. We're facing so many big issues. Let's break it down to the small, one-step, positive story that we can do.
Have we seen a dip in the number of shotgun firearm certificates, which seems to be a function of the fact that the Home Office has lost control of firearms licensing, as far as we can tell? Very good BASC report about that out this week. But I do not see a lack of enthusiasm for shooting sports, especially among young people. I meet old people who, a bit like that Telegraph editor from the 80s, say, the trouble with my readers is they keep dying. And the fact is, the Telegraph's still around, they're still dying, but, you know, there's still a Telegraph. We still have that level of shooting. But crucially, we have a lot of people very keen who are coming in. I know, are we trying to solve a problem here, or should we be relatively confident about shooting, do you think?
I think what we are trying and doing is getting more women working in the industry as well. So I think with getting more shotgun license and things like that, it's also getting people involved. So people have a passion for it, but may go and beat and not necessarily shoot. But we're trying to get more and more women through our networking to actually working in the industry. And I think, again, that will help. I mean, you'll answer a lot better on that than me.
There is an inspirational side to it. You know, you are kind of inspiring people to join the world of shooting, as well as looking after the people who are already in it. I mean, that is true, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And also fishing, field sports in general as well.
Yeah, field sports
we don't forget about the fishers.
Charlie, if I can just jump in, one thing I've become incredibly passionate about, and again, it's going back to looking at things now since becoming a mum, is it's about retention. So we can have this enthusiasm, we can have this encouragement, we can have this pipeline, we have women doing amazing jobs across the sector, but how do we retain? And the community aspect and the support, whatever that looks like, that's absolutely key, because it's, you know, I've been working within women's shooting now for over 12 years, and I thought to myself a few months ago, all those weekends of going to game fairs, of speaking to women directly and encouraging them and getting them to a playground, perfect. But what are we doing when life throws something at you, or you now have to juggle childcare, or you have to, your job's super demanding? I mean, I'm so busy. I fully appreciate like the juggle and the struggle, but it's that retention point, and I think that's something that both of us are really trying to work on, and that community aspect comes into play.
You've done this mostly off your own back, haven't you, Iona? Is there a small group of you who run the whole thing?
So we have our 3 co-founders, so Louisa Kletterbuck, who's CEO of Eat Wild, Vanessa Steele, who's a head of fundraising at GWCT, who I work with as well. So 3 of us, and we started at the Game Fair. So we all are doing our podcast in our own time, late nights, weekends. So it really is a passion project, because it had to be. Anyone starting up their own business, everything like that, it has to be your passion. So we are doing late nights and everything like that, trying to because we are so passionate about getting women in the industry, women already in the industry, getting them to make sure they know they have options with HR and things like that. So we're just really also passionate about doing it. And all these women's groups there, so there's BASC Women in Shooting, there's Country Girls UK, everyone's just so passionate about doing it. And I think that's just what's so amazing with all the women in the industry.
You've got no visible means of support. Claire, are BASC helping you with this at all? Are they your mission to kind of get mums into shooting, so to speak?
Everybody at BASC is equally as passionate about securing the future of shooting, and with the women shooting stuff. We are seeing a huge rise in our female membership, and I can't claim that the BASC women is purely me. Yes, I've kind of become a bit of the face of it. I accept that. But there's a huge amount of work that goes on in the background. There's a lot of kind of planning of events and the networks, and there's just a huge amount of work. It's not just me asking for BASC support. This is a BASC initiative which I have fully got behind and supported in any way I can. The mum stuff I do kind of a bit on the side as well, and that was, again, the video that's shown in the background. It was a chat with Paul about, well, if I'm in my position, if I'm not going to talk about how daunting it is having had a couple of years of not being out as much, how am I getting back into it? What steps am I taking? Documenting how I'm showing Monty how to stalk. If I'm not going to do that, I'm actually compounding a problem. So there's multiple different aspects, and that's, I think, key, is that visibility can be so broad across so many different areas, and we can all inspire, and we can all influence, and we can all show, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm managing it, and that then comes back to my point earlier about retention.
So you're tired after work, you're tired after Monty, and then you're thinking, and now we've got to go out stalking, and you did it.
So I've been taking him out on a weekend, and I'm just introducing him into, pun intended, baby steps.
I mean, he's only 3.
Yeah, he's only 3, but I've taught him to shoot his Nerf gun off sticks in my living room, which is brilliant. As long he knows not to hit my vases and my frames, and then Mummy's happy. So he taught him to shoot off sticks. I took him out, no rifle, but to do the stalking element. And as we all know, the pulling of the trigger is the final bit. It's all the stuff that comes with it. So anybody wants to get their kids into any stalking, poo, they absolutely love it. We spent an hour just looking for poo and slots and walking around and whispering. And 3 hours we ended up walking for. And my dad and my brother can't be here this weekend, but just as an anecdote, we were in the car and Monty asked, is Grandad coming this weekend? I said, oh, no, darling, he's going stalking with Uncle Jack. He said, without us?
There you go. Not possible. Yeah. I love the idea of learning to shoot off Nerf gun off sticks. That's absolutely fantastic.
It's great fun.
Yeah. Has he got as far as targets yet?
Oh, yeah, no, so there's a target that goes on the sofa, and I've just got a brand new air rifle, so we're going to take that into the garden, and I'll start with him. But he just, I've got so much kit. Like, he loves binoculars, he loves a rangefinder. He hogs it and won't tell me how far things are away, but he loves a little rangefinder, so he's completely and utterly absorbed by it all.
We had Lydia Castellano yesterday here, who's another BASC Council member, and she does Women in Westminster. Yep. Right? And that's not just shooting, is it just shooting? I can't remember. It's
She's encouraging MPs, staff, civil servants to get out shooting.
That is shooting,
and
yes.
She's doing, again, that community aspect. And I think she said she's got 75 members, or 90. I don't want to downplay for her, but she said the goal was 2025, and it has skyrocketed. And what she does, she brings them along to a lot of our BASC women events. So we just sponsored the Wild and Glorious Cup at Holland and Holland, and we got, I can't remember the number, quite a few MPs who would only come because it was a women's only event. And it was the Lib Dem MP came along, was absolutely glowing and enthusiastic about shooting, and she ended up speaking very positively on our behalf in the grouse debate.
The Lib Dem MP, was that Rachel Gilman?
Sarah.
Sarah, yeah, that's right, yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, that's fantastic. When it came to it, the grouse debate was the great marker for this year. What does government think about shooting? They're in favour of grouse shooting. That was absolutely marvellous. Iona, it's not GWCT's remit particularly to back this kind of thing, but are you a teeny bit jealous of the support Claire gets?
I mean, the GWCT have been extremely, they've supported us so much. And also what's amazing is so many other businesses in the industry and brands have signed up their women to be members. So GWCT first to do that, which was incredible, and Countryside Alliance. We have Scottish Land and Estates have signed up their women because we also do events all over the country. So SJ Lang is also one of our mentors, and she's very supportive. We also have Guns on Pegs, they've signed up their women. So it's just been incredible. And because we are the working professionalism side, it's great to have all these women from different companies come and join up, which has been great. So everyone, the whole industry has been supportive, not just GWCT, everyone, which has been fantastic.
We seem to come a very long way from, I remember things like Holland and Holland Ladies' Feathers, which was, even in the early 2000s, it just kind of sounded a bit 19th century. And this is not the kind of face you're showing now.
I mean, that's a bit before I was involved in the industry and all that.
You were only born 10 years ago, I know.
I've been so lucky to come in, and it's already so much changed and everything has already happened. Hearing stories, you're a bit like, oh, okay, that's a bit thingy, but so lucky now that it's just the industry is just so great, and yeah, everyone's included.
Claire, have you seen a massive change in the you were only born 10 years ago as well, but have you seen a massive change recently from that kind of almost 19th century idea of here are women who shoot, that's unusual, to today?
It's been a huge change over the last 10, 12 years. It's normal now, and I'm not saying there weren't women out there shooting beforehand, but the challenge I now get is, well, why is there still a place for women's only events? Isn't everybody just a gun? And my response to that is that visibility is accessibility. If you need it, you want these events. And so we're trying to cater for everybody. But, maybe 10 or 12 years ago, when people were still very new, there was particular expectations, and we were still referring to it as ladies' days. Now it's completely embraced. If women want to get dressed up in the field, or if they don't and they just want to silently get on and be doing the doing, that's fine. And that's probably the biggest change that I have seen, is that there's a place for everybody. Whatever your background is, shape, size, age, you can find a women's event to go to.
So I always felt there's a significant difference between the way men and women shoot, especially as a man. So I live very, very near Abby Ling, and she's a great shooting coach, and I need all the lessons I can get. And I love being coached by Abby, because with a man, there's a kind of slight sense of, I could have got that. You go bang, you miss, like I do a lot, and you get a feeling that the man standing next to you could have, yeah, that wasn't that hard. Abby, you never feel that. It's a sort of there's no side to it at all. So let's talk difference between the sexes, Claire. Is shooting well set up for women, do you think? Are there changes that could take place within shooting to adapt to women? We've been talking about how women adapt to shooting. What do you think? I
think we've been doing it. So 10, 12 years ago, there just wasn't the amount of women's kit, women's shotguns, women's clothing. We've seen a huge change of that. I work with Beretta, and over the last 10, 12 years, we have been actively feeding back, trialling products, changing the design of things to actually accommodate women. We've got a whole range of shotguns that are designed for women, but actually some men get on better with it because it's down to grip and like length of neck and things like that. I think it's just generally about becoming more inclusive and aware that we're all different. There isn't a one-size-fits-all. We pay money to get our guns fitted to us. Well, actually, you could just start off with a gun that fits a bit better, regardless of your sex. So I just think there's been a huge change. The more inclusive we can make this sport, the better. There's so many misconceptions about who shoots. When we do in particular, the political parties, me just being there and speaking to some of the MPs and stuff, they're so shocked because they've got an image in their head of who shoots. And the more we can do to challenge those misconceptions by breaking down barriers, by creating a community, by retaining, the better for everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Claire Sadler and Iona Campbell.
Thank you.
Thank you.